Okay, hope everyone's doing well. Good to see everyone. Thought a productive day today. Finally got some elements in terms of heat, not where we need it to be yet, but that was great to have. Nowhere where we need to be. Mental toughness, mental conditioning. Are we better? Yes. But we always talk about championship habits and the violence of practice and the competitiveness, and that's football. And, we're great, and then when we get tired, we lose the mental effort, the mental intensity. We lose our base of fundamentals. And this is where we have to keep grinding, and training camp is not over with. And that's kind of the mindset that we're talking with this football team about. And we just have to keep working through and pushing them. But, the great competitors, they fight through the fatigue. And that's something that we have to do a much better job of. And it starts with our offensive line. We had a 4th and 1 today, and we ran the ball and didn't get it, and that's inexcusable. And I think too many people want to crown them, and they have a lot of work to do. And so they need to step it up because we're going to rely on them. And, that's things that they have to continue, and they're prideful. They will, but we need more from them. Quarterback situation. Today we made the quarterbacks live, and the individual who stepped up was Riley Ferguson. And don't write about it. He's not the starting quarterback. We don't have a starting quarterback right now, so don't put words in my mouth. But I thought that he showed some poise. The thing I liked about him was his pocket presence. He doesn't get rattled. And he made some big throws. I thought Marquez North had some big-time catches. But again, Marquez still needs to learn how to finish routes. We need to learn how to finish as a football team. More how to use our hands, accelerate our feet. So we have a long way to go. And finishing this week off, obviously with the open practice tomorrow, with Sunday, and then school starting next week, we have to be in finish mode. And we're going to keep pushing these guys. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
What went into the decision to cancel tomorrow morning's practice? And also, what do you hope fans learn about your team tomorrow night?
Well, we're going to take advantage of the time tomorrow, and there's going to be an extensive walkthrough session from everything with special teams, from our hands team to our onside to pooching the football punt-wise to, all the little nuances. So we're going to take full advantage of that time. What can fans expect tomorrow? They're going to see a practice. They're going to see some individual periods. The neat thing is they're going to see some one-on-ones. They're going to see wide receiver versus DB, and we're going to call them out. And so they're going to have to step up in front of a great crowd and do one-on-ones. They're going to see some scrimmage situations, so they're going to see some different elements of practice that, they don't normally see, and we need everyone's support, and I know our players are looking forward to really competing in that venue. And that's what it's about. It's a competitive spirit, competitive greatness, no matter what you're doing.
It'll be the first time that we'll have seen your team since the orange and white game. You've got more of your system in place. You've had the summer to work. What do you hope they walk away from the stadium saying about what you guys show tomorrow night?
Well, a team that plays extremely hard, that has taken great strides. But again, this is another evaluation tool for us. I said it, we're going to play anywhere from 13 to 16 to 17 true freshmen. So this is an evaluation tool for me. They didn't have the spring game. They haven't played in that venue when there's people in the stands. I got to see what guys are going to perform under those conditions. And so that's why we want to put as much pressure situations as possible. We'll have an SEC officiating crew, but also we have to work on our fundamentals. And right now it's individual improvement. It's fundamentals. It's fundamentals when we're tired and we're fatigued. And that's when you really find out about your championship habits.
So you're going to be on the microphone tomorrow night?
I will be a little bit.
Riley, I guess not a lot of freshmen coming to SEC start in game 1, but is that something that you've thought about? Like, hey, we might have to have a freshman starting game 1, or is that not even in your mind yet? You're still trying to plug through practice?
I'm just trying to find the best quarterback who manages our offense, who puts us in the best situations to win football games. It doesn't matter if he's a freshman or a sophomore. It doesn't matter. Junior, it doesn't matter. We're going to put the best players on the field. They're going to help us win. And we're a long ways away from naming a starting quarterback. I do think all 4 of them are getting better and better and better. And I think it's because of the competition. They can't take a playoff. They walk into the meeting room. They can't, if they're not bringing their best mentally, they're going to get passed up. So I think that has elevated everyone's game. That's what we need to get to in our entire football program. You know, our defensive line, we need to recruit. Why? Because we need competition. You know, that's the greatest motivator of all. You look at all the top 25 football teams in the country, top 10 football teams in the country, they all have a common characteristic. They have competition across the board. They have depth. So your practices can be more competitive. Your practices can be more physical. You know, and that's what we have to get to here at Tennessee. We're not there yet. We're not anywhere where we need to be, but we're getting there. And I promise you we will get there.
Butch with Riley, I think early on, maybe one of the first padded practices he had, he was a pretty bad pick, some big coverage, and kind of stopped.
Yep.
It seems like he's maybe done a little bit less of that this last week. Have you seen him come on kind of the last week?
He has. He's been reckless with the football. And the things that our quarterbacks can't do is they can't make catastrophic plays. And sometimes punt is the best play because it's the only play. You know, and so much of football is managing the game and field position and understand, hey, it's 3rd and 9. Get the ball in my check down, 4 yards, and let's punt the football. And we just added to playing great defense. And so he hasn't had the catastrophic plays that he had early. He's taken care of the football. And that was a great thing to see today, making the quarterbacks live, is being able to do that. And there's one thing when you go back there and you know you're not going to get hit, but now when you know you're going to get hit. And I also want to see if the quarterbacks could extend plays with their legs, and they were able to do that. And, you know, all four, they're all right there. And so, you know, again, they're progressing, but we're not where we need to be yet, especially from a leadership standpoint.
All the losses that have had in the secondary training camp, putting a lot of responsibility to Justin Coleman. How has he done this in terms of handling kind of the additional?
He has, but we can't allow Justin Coleman to be complacent. You know, he gave up a big play today to you know, the Marquez North. And what happens is, you know, when you're not having competition at your spot, you really find out about that person's character in terms of how they compete, because now they're competing with themselves. You know, they're competing to be the best that they can. And that's just the situation that we're in right now. And Justin's extremely competitive, but we can't allow him to become complacent. And we have to push him harder than anyone on the field.
Looks like a couple guys are stripes today, is that right?
Yeah, the stripes keep coming off. And what we'll do is, you know, we can provide you a whole list of the stripes of the individuals that are coming off. And I've been really proud of our big brothers because they've been demanding, you know, and they're making the freshmen earn their stripes, so to speak. So that's been great.
What is it about Jonathan Johnson that's been kind of impressive? Because I think that obviously it wasn't the JUCO stats, it was something else that y'all saw there.
Consistency, you know, consistency in his performance. He's extremely competitive. And so he's added another element to the dynamics of the receiver room in terms of a competitive environment. But he's just consistent and he's extremely smart. He's reliable. And you win with reliable, tough, smart, instinctful football players.
You expecting a good crowd tomorrow?
Yeah, I am. You know, we have a great, passionate fan base. And I know our players are just looking forward to competing in Neyland, you know, competing in front of our fans. And we're going to need them. And like I said it, as we go on this journey of this football season, you know, we're the second all-time winningest program in the country of home victories. And we need to get that home field advantage back.
You guys had a couple plays in the spring game. Is there anyone specifically that you wanted to see how they respond to having eyeballs on them, being under the lights, things like that?
All of them. You know, again, we have to identify, just like in the spring we spoke about, who our punt returner is going to be. You know, you're going to see them on the field tomorrow night with 5 or 6 guys around them, their name called out, and we're going to compete with catching balls, and we're going to call their names out. And we want consistency. And we just want to up the blood pressure. It's going to be a great venue. Our band's going to be there. You know, it's going to be a great environment. It's going to be a preseason type atmosphere. And, you know, getting ready, everyone ready for football time come August 31st.
Will you ask the crowd to get loud for certain situations?
I may, but I anticipate our fans being excited, and that's never been an issue here. So, you know, I'll try to educate them on what's going on and keep them informed of you know, why we're doing it and what we're doing.
Thanks, guys, very much.
Have a good day.